Welcome, guys. This is an excerpt from a live game in the freestyle chess that happened just a few moments ago. I'm recording it now because I think this particular moment in the game's history. By the way, we've got Javakir Sindarov playing for Uzbekistan, a super grandmaster, fantastic player, and none other than Hikaru Nakamura with the black pieces. Now, I've intentionally left the engines lines and the eval gauge for you to have a better look at what's going on. But we still need to throw in a couple of words to make this thing comprehensible for the human mind, I think. So the engine says now, very generously, -6. And I remember during the live stream, I had a couple of viewers and a couple of friends with me watching live the game as it was happening right before our eyes. And some friend of mine said, "Oh, easy win now for Hikaru. That's it." I was reluctant because I didn't understand how exactly where's the easy win. And this position is more complex than it looks at the first glance. It's crazy difficult. It's incredibly subtle in order for black to force and to win. Now, Nakamura in this position played the blunder. So the king of the speed chess, the mastermind Nakamura, played the blunder. He did knight g6, which when it happened during the live stream, I said to myself, to my friends, hey, that's actually great because knight f4, right? You can't stop it. You got a bishop that goes on light squares, and knight on f4 can't be stopped. And I also discussing to my friends, well, even if you do king d3, now it's not going to work because knight's going to check this guy, right? And if you take this guy, I'm going to push the pawn. Hey, I'm getting a queen, man. That's it. Or if bishop takes, knight takes, I'm just winning. Knight, two black pawns. I should be able to preserve one of these two guys so that I can make a promoting. Cool. But actually, it has a massive flaw. So we actually, it's a multi-layer puzzle. It's a multi-layer position and dilemma here. So black needs to win a tempo to forcing white in Zugzwang so you could successfully either push this guy or then play knight g6 and knight f4. So let's look at what happened in the game and see why that was a blunder. So knight g6, this is very difficult to understand why this was a blunder. So what happened in the game? b6, by the way, bingo, fixes this guy on a weakness and reduces more the pawn's presence. So remember, you need the pawn safely to go and promote. Right, so b6, you're going to take, of course, check, and now king to b8. Yeah, that's cool because you got to stay in proximity with the b7 just in case anything like this happens. Now, king goes to d3, knowing that knight comes to f4, which checks the king, by the way. And now you're going to take, and now even if you push the pawn, you are not going to make it. Why? Because after this check here, the white king needs to actually get himself to b5 and push the pawn, get rid of this guy, and that's a draw. That's it. So whatever dancing you're going to do with the black knight, jumping around the king, checking here and there, you are not going to be able to stopping the white king from going to b5. So Nakamura tried. So now the white king pushes the black knight away. The black knight goes away, right? And now you can see king c4, king b5. Okay, knight tries to get to d6. All the stuff I said it during the live stream, it was obvious. So you can't allow white to play this because as soon as you trade the black pawn, there is no winning for black. Knight and king versus king, ever not going to win. So check, and now it's going to be either threefold repetition. You're not going to make nothing. So that's a dead draw. Okay, let's go back to the move number 49 for black. Crazy difficult. What should black do, apparently? So you're having the lines on the right-hand side, or yeah, on the right-hand side of the screen. You have the lines, so you can see what everybody sees now. We got everything there. But just to explain for our understanding, black needs to win a tempo, placing the white in Zugzwang. You need to commit yourself to do something with that bishop, or including b6, but then still you have to play something with the bishop. So let's consider something very counterintuitive like king to b8. I mean, I like to just look at that one, king to b8. The engine also suggests here king d7, king d8, king c8, king b8. They're all winning, right? They're all winning. And now if you say, yeah, but what's the big deal with the previous stuff? What's that, man? Well, you notice that the white has to play something. They got to play something. And now if you're going to go G or H, Black is just pushing d3 because you just gave up the d3 protection. So that square is no longer protected. Those guys going to come down. You can't stop them. Queen is coming. So we reach this point. Just hang on, guys. It could be a full conference, 1 hour, by the way. Just this position. I'm going to try make it shorter. So we got to place white in Zugzwang. The bishop has to commit. King can't move away. Again, if you move the king away, I'm just going to just indicate some random stuff. It allows black to pushing d3 again. So the white king can't move away from protecting d3. The bishop can't move g2 or h3 because, again, d3, which is the killing move. Black is winning. Right. So bishop e2 to maintain the protection for the d3. Therefore, black can't push the pawn down, right? Now, again, you got to come up with something. Rather than moving the king, which, by the way, had been moved, now the g6 comes perfectly fine. The g6 is just perfectly working now because they already committed. Then now you say, what committing, man? I'm going to go bishop f1 again. Yeah, but that's a big difference now, pal, because now we could go and win either f or e. You can read it yourselves on the screen. And if you do the f, again, they are in Zugzwang because they can't do e2. They can't do king d3. If they do bishop d3, you're going to take. King's going to take. In the minute they touch the pawn, the other guy comes down. So it's all about winning a tempo, pushing white in Zugzwang. They need to commit doing something with the bishop. It's very, very, very subtle. Very subtle. Nakamura was very close to winning, but even if a super grandmaster misevaluates, you're going to play the wrong move order, and that's coming too early or too late. You're not going to make it. It's just phenomenal. I mean, just contemplate the current position. Let me get all the arrows off. Contemplate the position. So white is forced to make a decision here. You actually can see it on the screen. You got to commit, do something. b6 is not going to save it. Bishop f1, we said, bishop f1 and knight f4. The position had changed dramatically. Bishop f3, knight f4, again, going for pushing this guy. So you play bishop f3, knight f4. What's coming is this. You can't play bishop e2 because knight's going to take, right? This is just superb in its complexity and its absolutely convoluted intricacies. It's absolutely mad. It's beautifully mad. It's just unbelievable. So that was the position. King c7, bishop f1, and Nakamura blundered with knight g6. A bit too early. A bit too early. He is supposed to fiddle a little bit with the king. Can I say that? He's supposed to fiddle with the king a little bit. Preferably on dark squares, as you need to stay away from incoming checks. So b8 will do. d8 will do. Then white has to do something. Right? They have to go somewhere. Where do you go? You go here, d3. You go here, bishop to e2. We said that actually we could go g6 now and then coming f. Fabulous position. So I thought it's worth giving it a dedicated video, short video, because I just wanted to underline one more time how incredibly subtle this game is and how move order matters and how wasting a tempo is necessary in order for you to get the upper hand and win the game. So wasting a move in chess, it is the key to winning the game. And if you rush it, like Nakamura did, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. Look at this. Knight g6, a bit too quick. 1 minute it shows on the screen, so you guys can see the lack of time actually play the role. Knight g6 is a bit too early. A bit too early. King b8, king d8, king c8, king d. Although king c8 and king d7 might have encouraged this guy with a bit of check, but then again, you move the king on a dark square in close proximity to the black pawns and continue with the plan. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous ending. It took me some time during the live stream discussing with my virtual live friends. It took me some time to figure out what on earth happened with knight g6 not winning. It's more complex than we think. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Share it. Subscribe my YouTube channel, fellas, or follow me on TikTok or whatever the platform you're seeing this from. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. More chess content from you, my dear friends, for all of us to enjoy and to learn. See you soon.